surfing is not, it's racist, especially in Southern California. 100%. I can really speak to Southern California and California in general.
Let's talk about
because it's different when you're talking about surfing in the Caribbean, or you talking about Senegal, where almost everybody that's surfing is black, or Hawaii, where it's, it's a whole different culture. My man Julian Williams in here.
Shout out Julian.
He'll come in and talk about that some more. He's from the island, but you know what I mean? In Southern California, it's a very elitist thing, so in turn that is racist, because it's like the only people, when you're talking about these are my waves, I'm a local here, the only locals is white. Manhattan Beach is less than 0.5% black. It's less than 197 people that live there. So you know what I mean? How can we even be locals when it's like, when you go back to the 50s and the 60s, when black people, there was redlining, when it's like black people couldn't even be there. You know what I mean? We weren't allowed there. It was like policy that was written for us to not be there. So it's like my grandfather didn't have the opportunity, even if he had the money, to become a local, to inherit that house that these kids have inherited. You know what I mean? These are my waves. You feel me? So so that sense of entitlement is actually, it's systemic. You know what I mean? Like it's way deeper than just like feeling like these are my waves.
For sure. I mean, it goes into like, black people can't swim situation.
100%. Black people can't swim because
there was a lot of black folks don't like to swim.
And that's fine, but there's a deeper reason of this whole cultural joke of that, like, black people can't swim. Like,
I don't like that shit. That's like that's the chicken and watermelon eating that shit. I don't like that.
Exactly.
Like, that's stereotypical.
But all those things, those were created. All of that was by design. Like even black people don't like to swim comes from black people can't swim. We've been told that.
We've been taught
because there was policy. It was like, black people cannot come to the pools in Alabama. They was dumping in Mississippi, in the South, everywhere. You can't come to the pool. How are we ever supposed to learn how to swim? They got hundreds of years of a head start on us. We couldn't go to the beaches anywhere.
You think it's because we don't need to dive too deep. But do you think it's because they maybe want us to drown? No, I don't mean just drown in the water. I mean drown in life.
It's metaphorical. Yes,
just drown in life. Period.
That's 100%.
You can't do what you don't know.
Yep.
Exactly.
And you can't be what you can't see. So that's why, and that's why it's important that we're doing this. But I'm gonna get back to the story because it's almost like at the juicy part. So anyways,
you're right.
Dude pulls up on us talking about, get out of here, go back to Bruce's Beach. I was like, bro, is this dude serious? Like he's paddling up to me, and I'm like, what? Now at this point, everybody's like kind of looking at the pier, over the pier, because they see like this guy is
he's yelling.
He's yelling
screaming
at
us.
So I'm confused. He's talking about go back to Bruce's Beach, Go
we barely know what that is.
Get out of here. Get out of here, donkey. That was the first thing he said. I was like, donkey.
He kept looking at me and he's like, your nails are painted, you gay. You gay,
F says the F word.
Yeah, I don't like to say the F word. You know what I'm saying? Like, started saying that about me too, just because he started realizing he couldn't affect Brick. So Brick's kind of ignoring him, so he starts looking at me, trying to make me feel bad, because you can just tell he just wanted to make someone feel like shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand the nail paint on fingertips and things like that.
I knew Sharp was gonna say that.
I don't understand. I don't. But I'm gonna say this: motherfuckers probably don't understand why I wear my hair like this, or why my tattoo looks like this, or why I speak like this, or why I do that. So, hey, man, to each their own.
There's space for everybody to be themselves.
I'm just being 100%. Real, man. Like shit. My man, are you gay?
I'm personally not, no.
Okay then. I mean, so shit. It's he does what he does.
I'm big vibes in the community for sure.
Yeah, hey man, nothing but love to the community. It's not even that, but I'm just saying, like, motherfuckers want to sit there and judge. I see that now, Just judge off your looks, not how you sound. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Or what game you kicking? You know, just of life, man. You know, it ain't gotta be my walk of life. It ain't gotta be his or the next door neighbors. But just just bring a different perspective to the mixture, man.
100%. So he was just, he's projecting his own ignorance at that point. So then I was like, all right, bro. That's when I was like, all right, if we gonna talk about this, paddle in with me. I'm not paddling in with you, donkey. Paddle in means like, let's go to the beach and resolve this. I'm not about to argue with you in the water. Let's paddle in. You want to talk about it? I'm not paddling in with you, donkey. Paddle in, my nigga. That's what I told him. I was like, paddle in, my nigga. And that's when he goes, nigger? You're calling me a nigger? I'm sorry, hard R, but I had to say it.
Hit it on him.
Nigger, throwing water in my face. N-word, hard R.
And I start turning
throwing water in my face. At that point, I'm fuming. Like, I paddled up closer to him. We face to face, and I'm literally like, bro, I'm aware though. You know what I mean? And I think that it's like, obviously, any nigga would be like, a nigga say that to me, I'm sucking on, you get packed out. But I'm like, bro, I'm aware of what's happening right now. I see where I'm at. I zoom out. It's like, there's the pier right there. There's all these white people watching. There's these kids. There's 20 white dudes in the water. Nobody's saying anything.
You're using your second thought, bro. That, you know, bro, that's I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, and it is, but that's you and knowing how to control yourself, man. And that it takes a lot sometimes. Especially, I'm sure it takes a lot at the magnitude of where, you know, you're getting called something that anybody in their right mind. I mean, shit, if a motherfucker calls me that, bro, I'm automatically seeing red and purple and blue on your face, or I'm starting to see some different things, you know. So I can only imagine what type of the magnitude of, you know, how you were fit, like to calm yourself, like to keep the control.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I'm on the verge of blacking. Because
you was taught to get on him when a motherfucker tell you that.
That's what I'm saying. He throwing water in my face.
Yeah,
20 times. He must have said it 20 times, at least maybe 30. Like it was nonstop. People on the pier are watching. It's a crowd at this point. It's
I'm jaw dropped. I just started realizing it, and then I get hot because I grew up in Michigan, bro. I had so many people call me that. So like. Like that was like final straw for me.
I want y'all to know something, man. And you know, this is my game to you in it all. You know, I'm a lot older than y'all, man. You know, so I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like, you gonna be tested, bro. Let that shit roll. You know what I'm saying, bro? You destined for greatness.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all destined for greatness, man. Don't let none of that shit stop you or try to put any type of hiccups in your game, man. Because motherfuckers, like I said, we was taught from kids to, man, if a motherfucker call you that, that's as good as spitting in your face.
That's what I'm saying.
Get on him. You know what I'm saying? Immediately.
To add to that, like, so that's how I got linked up with these niggas, is because like I seen that shit. It was obviously going like super viral on Instagram and shit like that. And obviously they said they're like newer to surfing. I've been surfing since I was like 8 years old.
We were gonna get to you.
Yeah,
buddy.
but I'm just
saving you for the gram.
I'm just trying to say.
Let him have his piece. Let him have his piece.
But he's been waiting.
Yeah. I'm just trying to say. So I've been surfing since I was like 8, and then like you feel me, and I reached out to these niggas type shit because I felt that in a sense because I've been, you know, that's just been happening to me 5+ times in the water. Of me growing up. So I felt them. I like literally felt them, and then we've been like homies ever since. But 100%. Yeah, man, like that shit's crazy, bro.
So to conclude that story, to wrap it up, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, Gage is still arguing with bro. I'm like, bro, I look at bro dead in his eyes. I was like, yo, whatever you going through, that's something you gonna have to go back home and deal with in the mirror. That don't got nothing to do with me. I'm not a nigger. Whatever you want to, you can call me that. It doesn't make me that, so it doesn't offend me. I don't actually feel nothing about it. I'm more surprised that you just said it more than anything. But I don't feel like, dang, am I? You know what I mean? So I'm like, hey, Gage, let's paddle in. Let's go in.
I'm literally here like
people were raised, but you have to understand something, bro. He don't know no better because that's what he heard his people saying when he was coming up.
Straight up.
Every time they every time they got mad at somebody that was of different color or of some type of some type of way, like that's what they'll say when they mad. So he's watching this as a youngster. He's looking up at his people doing this, so it automatically, naturally comes out of him. He can't help it.
Exactly.
So he couldn't help it. He was ready to call you that, and then when you kind of like said, "My nigga," like it triggered him there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
If you say it, I can say it. If you say it, I can say it.
I love that. I love that one.
Exactly.
You said it to me.
You said it to me. You're gonna call me it. Like what?
I love that one.
That's crazy.
So we paddle back in. I'm like, hey, bro, let's bounce. We out. I'm like, I'm not tripping off of it. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I let him have his moment. I was like, cool. I let him throw the water in my face. I'm like, go for it. I'm like, you want a reaction. I'm not gonna give it to you. We out. So we bounce. And then as we get out, then that's when this dude, there was one black dude on the pier that day. It's never black people, rarely black people just walking around Manhattan Beach at 6:30, 7 a.m. So it was an older dude. He had on the wood beads and everything. He had on the the Pan-African Film Festival T-shirt. I remember, big old gray beard. And he was like, "Yo, I was already taking pictures of y'all because I seen two brothers surfing. I ain't never seen two brothers surfing." And then this started to happen. So he had pictures of us from like 10 minutes before on his phone. He's like, "I would have took a video, but I ain't had no storage." So he had the picture of bro throwing the water in my face.
Oh, make that sound like an excuse. I ain't never seen no brother surfing. I just wanted to.
No, that's a fact.
But it's a fact because I could tell he was on some pro-black vibe. So he was like already getting it. So that's why it was a godsend, in my opinion, that like he had even been there. Because that photo to me, I mean, it was just the proof. Because anytime, like you said, like you had all those experiences all growing up. Yeah. But like I said, ain't no phones out there, ain't no police out there, ain't no way to prove. Like nobody cares, bro. Right. So that's why, like, even me having a platform through the music stuff and just all my previous, career, I feel like that's what gave it the voice to become a lighthouse for like, yo, this is a problem. You know what I mean? And we just resolving it through love. You know what I mean? It's not about to be like. Nothing more than that. So that's what it became. And we organized the peace paddle shit a few days later. once it went viral on Instagram, we just got on live and was talking about it. I mean, I might have had 40 people on the live, but then the video of the live went viral. And we just he went back to the crib. I was like, yo, we got to go live and talk about it. I don't even do lives. Chilling. I was like, we got to tell that story, though, because it's just wild. So he's smoking a joint. We just talking about it, and it went up. So through that, that's what, like, how it became a lighthouse and sort of attracted all the black surf community globally, you know, and then obviously a ton of, like, solidarity for, you know, which we've learned fades. We got some real ones in the cut, but it's also... it can be fleeting, you know what I mean? So
facts.
Through Black Sand, we got so much solidarity through that, and that, you know, to fast forward the story once again, we found our community, but then there was all these other people like, we support you guys. If I was out there that day, I would have beat those dudes up. And I'm like, cool, word. ain't nobody out there said anything. As soon as we get out the water, that's the other thing, bro. 100%. As soon as we get out the water, dude's like, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as we get out the water, bro's like, hey man, what happened out there? That was wrong. He was sitting there the whole time. I'm like, bro, that's your time to speak to your white brother and be like, hey, cut that. You know
I literally looked at that man. I was like, yo, don't even speak to me. And we just kept
like, I don't want to hear it now.
Don't even speak to me, bro. What are you talking about? Like that same guy that was just right out there. Yeah. You were sitting next to that man. Why didn't you say that out loud?
Exactly.
Yeah. So through that, it was all this solidarity and blah 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 blah, and brands like, oh, we want to have you involved in our cool, whatever. It's like that support isn't really sustainable. But what's sustainable is like the people who relate to the experience, like Pot Lord and all the other black surfers. It's like this has been happening since the dawn of surf, you know what I mean? Even though surf was really created by black people, but that's a whole different conversation. We'll argue that. But what's it called?
Argue in the comments.
Yeah, argue in the comments. Argue in the comments about that one.
All right, people, we just hit 300,000 subscribers. You know we're trying to hit 400,000 subscribers. So that little red button, tap it, tap in. Appreciate y'all.